Hello and welcome to my summary of the year 2021. I made some notes so I don't forget something, and just let's start with what I've done this year that's almost over, and and then in the end, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I want to achieve next year, so 2022. The year 2021 was a very nice year for me, but of course, because of the pandemic situation, also a very special year. But I liked it a lot. I learned many things, and I also saw new things like the mind-blowing landscapes in National Park Sächsische Schweiz. Let's just start with winter, and then I'm going to tell you something about spring, summer, and autumn. In winter, I had homeschooling because of COVID-19, and I was going out every single day because, when you sit all day in front of your computer and learn something, then you want to go out in the afternoon. So I did this every day. I just woke up, learned something, and then I just was going out until it got dark. In winter I also photographed the Dipper. That was pretty nice because that day it had -14 degrees Celsius, and that's just in my mind. That was just a very, very good day because I just also got the picture that I wanted. And why am I telling that? Because I recorded a video there, and this is now my most viewed video, and that just opened many opportunities for me. For example, a live stream, but I'm going to tell you about that later. Then I also photographed owls in winter. That was pretty special for me because there was a tree with 16 long-eared owls, and there was also a guy who had the 600mm f4, and that's a pretty sharp and also expensive lens. And I asked him if I could just get my camera and got it on that lens, and he said yes. And I made a few photos, and now I'm still zooming sometimes into that picture to see the sharpness of this lens. That's just phenomenal. And then I just enjoyed the snow because there was a lot of snow the last winter. So that was pretty cool. Then in spring there was still homeschooling, so I was still going out every single day. Now I know my photo locations better than ever before because I was there at every time of the day, at every weather. In the beginning of spring I did some photography, but a lot of sound recording because I had a project, or have a project. I think it will come next year or the year after next year because it's a pretty big project. But stay tuned for that. And in the middle and ending of spring, I only did sound recording. And in spring I also had the live stream with my good friend Joe. We talked about wildlife photography, wolves. I'm going to link him and the live stream in the description. And I also had a podcast with two German podcasters. That was also pretty cool. But it's only in German, so for all my German subscribers and viewers, you can definitely check it out. I will also link it in the description. And in summer, traveling was finally allowed again. So I first went to the Alps. There I did a lot of hiking and just landscape photography. Then after the Alps I went to the National Park Sächsische Schweiz. I also did a video there. And there I also did mostly wildlife, mostly landscape photography. Yeah, and I just enjoyed the summer, although the weather wasn't that good, unfortunately. But yeah, in autumn I haven't done wildlife photography at all because of school. That was pretty stressful in school, but the effort was worth it. I got in Latin a 3, so yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, and in autumn I went to the Alps again in the holidays, and there I also did a lot of landscape photography, but also wildlife photography, just birds and something like that. Yeah, and now it's winter again. Now I'm really into wildlife photography because now holidays are again. So yeah, I have a lot of time, and after that video I'm out in the nature again. And yeah, I also got a new camera. That's the highlight of the winter until now. It's the Canon 5D Mark III. It's filming me right now, and I'm just blown away by that camera. The low light capabilities are just so good. But yeah. So now we are coming to my plans for the next year. I just want in general to do more YouTube videos and more Instagram posts. Yeah, and I want let me be creative. So yeah, just let me be creative, because sometimes, for example, now I'm more into minimalism, so just the animal pretty small in the picture, but more of the habitat where it lives. And I just want to have these, I just want to let me be creative. I don't know how to describe it, but sometimes I think, no, I have to get a portrait of that, also if in my mind is a whole nother picture. So yeah, I just want let me be creative. Yeah, and then I have a few photos in my mind. I want to photograph the ibex, because every year in the beginning of the year I just think about, okay, what do I want to photograph. It's always one animal that I really want to photograph. Last year it was the ibex, and this year it's again the ibex, because last year I couldn't photograph it because of COVID-19. I want to photograph it in spring, and yeah, I know a location where they are, and there I'm going to drive go there and hopefully get good photos. Yeah, then I want to have a good photo of a fox, maybe in snow hunting, so when it exactly that moment when it jumps into the snow to catch a mouse, that would be pretty good. And then I want to also photograph a fox or fox cubs in spring, because I know a fox den, but I haven't been there until now, but in spring I'm sure I will photograph there. Yeah, and as I said, minimalism, that one photo I have in my mind is a buzzard on a branch with snow, so a pretty grey picture. And yeah, the buzzard also pretty small in the frame, so yeah, maybe on the right side that you see it's a buzzard, but not see all the details of it. Yeah, and these are my plans for the next year, and this was my year 2021. It was a really good year. Thank you for all of you who watch my videos, who write always nice comments. I'm really honored to read these comments. yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, stay tuned for that next year, because I think it's going to be even better than this year, and I will capture it on YouTube and Instagram, so definitely make sure to subscribe me there, and yeah, see you next year.